Coco Gauff's epic showdown, defying odds to conquer Leylah Fernandez and save her Beijing title. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. The Beijing National Tennis Center glowed like a fortress of dreams. Night had fallen, but the lights above the hard court shone with a brilliance that mirrored the stakes. Thousands of fans filled the seats, banners waving, flags from across the globe fluttering like restless spirits. The whispers had been circling for days. Could Coco Gauff defend her crown? Or was a storm called Leylah Fernandez about to sweep her away? The two young women stepping onto the court were not just athletes. They were symbols of a generational shift in tennis. Coco Gauff, the reigning champion, America's teenage prodigy turned Grand Slam queen. She carried the weight of expectation, the pressure of defending titles, and the scars of learning how cruel the sport could be. Leylah Fernandez, the Canadian warrior, relentless, fiery, and hungry. She was the underdog only in seeding, never in spirit. She had already beaten top names with her lightning-fast movement and fearless shot-making. Tonight, she wanted to carve her name into Beijing's history at Coco's expense. The air crackled with anticipation. The stage wasn't just a tennis court. It was an arena of destiny. Coco's burden. For Coco, walking into Beijing was like stepping back into memory. It was here, just a year ago, that she had stunned the world with her composure, her brilliance, her dominance. The trophy she lifted in 2024 had been proof that she wasn't just a future. She was a present. But defending a title? That was different. Champions carried targets on their backs, and every opponent came at them with sharpened blades. Coco knew it. She felt it. Her preparation had been precise. Practices stretched long into the night. Interviews drilled the same question. Can you repeat what you did last year? Coco smiled, always answering with grace. But deep down, she felt the tension coil tighter each day. And then the draw had delivered Leylah Fernandez, her former rival from juniors, her equal in spirit, her mirror in resilience. Coco knew that to win tonight wasn't just to survive. It was to prove, once again, that she belonged at the very top. Leylah's fire. If Coco carried burden, Leylah carried fire. The Canadian had lived in the shadows long enough. The world remembered her magical run to the 2021 U.S. Open Final, where she had sliced through giants before falling to Emma Raducanu. Since then, Leylah's journey had been uneven, moments of brilliance interrupted by injury and inconsistency. But Beijing felt different. She was moving like lightning, dictating points with her flat forehands, sliding across the court like it was clay. Reporters whispered, "She's peaking. She's ready." For Leylah, this match was personal. She and Coco weren't enemies, but they weren't strangers either. They were part of the same wave of youth crashing into the sport, pushing out the old guard. A victory tonight would mean validation. It would mean saying to the world, "Don't forget me. I am still here. I am still dangerous." The first set, sparks ignite. The first serve belonged to Coco. She tossed the ball high, struck it clean, and the match began. From the start, it was chaos. Coco's power met Leylah's angles. Coco's speed met Leylah's grit. Every rally stretched long, punctuated by gasps from the crowd, capped by applause that rattled the stadium walls. At 3-3, Coco unleashed a thunderous ace to hold. The crowd roared, but Leylah, undeterred, stepped up in the next game and painted the line with a backhand so audacious it left Coco frozen. The tension thickened. At 5-5, Coco faced break point. Leylah attacked with sharp return, forcing an error. Suddenly, the Canadian was serving for the set. The crowd leaned in. Coco fought back to 30-30, but mistimed forehand gave Leylah set point. On the next ball, Leylah whipped a forehand winner cross court. The stadium erupted. First set, Fernandez 7-5. Leylah pumped her fist, eyes blazing. Coco walked to her chair, towel draped around her shoulders, face blank but heart pounding. She was on the ropes, between the storm. During the changeover, Coco sat in silence. She stared at the court, breathing steady, replaying the set in her mind. The voices of doubt tried to creep in. What if you lose? What if the title slips? But then another voice spoke louder, You've been here before. You know how to fight. Champions don't fold. Champions rise. Across the net, Leylah bounced on her toes, energy coursing through her veins. She smelled blood. One more set, and the defending champion would fall. The crowd could sense it too. A storm was building. Second set, Coco strikes back. Coco came out for the second set like a different player. The nerves were gone, replaced by ferocity. She cracked winners, chased every ball, turned defense into attack. Leylah fought back, refusing to yield, but Coco had found another gear. At 2-1, Coco broke serve with a blazing backhand winner that sent the crowd to their feet. She screamed, fists clenched, as if to tell everyone, "I'm not done yet." Point after point, Coco's confidence grew. Her serve sharpened, her forehand lasered, her movement flawless. Leylah scrambled, slid, defended with courage, but Coco was untouchable. Minutes later, the scoreboard read, Gauff 6-2. The defending champion had leveled the match. Final set, the Battle of Souls. The decider was not tennis. It was war. Every rally stretched into eternity. Every shot a weapon. The crowd's cheers rose and fell like waves. Flags waved. Drums pounded. Beijing had become an amphitheater of drama. At 3-3, Coco saved 2 breakpoints with thunderous serves. At 4-4, Leylah held after a 20-shot rally that left both players gasping. Neither would give an inch. Then came the moment. At 5-5, Coco found herself with breakpoint. Leylah served. Coco returned deep, and Leylah's backhand sailed just wide. The crowd exploded. Coco dropped to her knees, pumping her fists. Now, serving for the match at 6-5, Coco could feel her pulse in her throat. The weight of the title hung heavy. First point, an ace. Second point, a forehand winner. Third point, an unreturnable serve. 40-0, triple match point. She bounced the ball, tossed it high, and unleashed a serve that clipped the line. Leylah stretched, but the return flew long. Game. Set. Match. Coco Gauff, 5-7. 6-2, 7-5. The aftermath. Coco dropped her racket and fell to the court, arms outstretched, tears filling her eyes. She had done it. She had stared defeat in the face and clawed her way back. The champion had defended her crown. Leylah walked to the net, disappointment heavy in her chest, but respect clear in her eyes. The two embraced, rivals but also sisters of the same journey. The crowd rose in ovation, clapping for both warriors who had given them a night to remember. In her post-match interview, Coco's voice cracked with emotion. "I had to dig deeper than ever tonight. Leylah pushed me to the edge. Matches like this remind me why I love this sport. It's about the fight, the heart, and the belief. I'm proud to keep my title here in Beijing." Leylah, ever gracious, smiled softly. "I gave everything I had." Coco's a true champion, and tonight she showed why. I'll be back. Stronger. Beyond the court. The match would be replayed for years to come. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.